You are listening to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. I am your host, Shanel Scott. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer who has been supporting those on a spiritual journey for over a decade. I'm your tour guide into the world of the unknown, showing you that the magic of the universe is at your fingertips. I believe spirituality is simple and fun, and this podcast will make it easily accessible, giving you the real talk on all things divine and spiritual, helping you to step into the flow. Manifesting your dreams because we all deserve to be living our best life. Are you ready for an adventure? Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to episode 17 of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. My name is Shanel Scott, and I am your host and your spiritual tour guide. 3 tips for dealing with the speed up of energy. The energies have been so all over the place for the last little while, but there is definitely this energy of things speeding up again. And when the energy picks up pace, it means that manifesting happens so much faster. So I wanted to give you some tips for dealing with the energy and staying on track, because when the energy speeds up, sometimes it can feel overwhelming and like things are just happening around us and we can't keep up to it. So there is some few little things that you can do to help you to stay on top of the energy, to stay connected and grounded to yourself, and to really use the energy for manifesting your dreams instead of for manifesting things that you don't want to create in your life. So, number 1, the very first thing you can do is get grounded. Being grounded is so key to being connected, to being present, to so many pieces of what we are and what we do. When we are grounded, we have this connection to the energy and the earth. And personally, when I talk about our intuition, I always include grounding as well as connecting at the same time. If we don't have that rooted energy in the earth and that connection to the earth energy, and that earth energy is still quite mystical. You can think of the elementals and the energies of the earth as this whole other mystic realm. But that realm is the realm that keeps us grounded, that keeps us feeling like our feet are firmly planted on the ground. We don't want to be floating away while we're connecting to our intuition. And when the energy and the vibration is quicker, it's so much easier to stumble and fall, to float away. And we don't want to do that. When we get into that place, we stop making, we lose the connection that gives us that clarity, that deep-rooted connection. Instead, we're just kind of floating about and wobbling there, trying to find our footing, and we're grasping. We're feeling our way through in a way that isn't connected and grounded. I know I keep going back to those words, but it's so important to have that energy deep down into the earth. If you think of it like a tree, we want to ground our energy deep down into the earth, creating that stability. When we think of a tree in the storm, sometimes we see them and they're like bent right over. It looks like they're going to crack in half, but the stability of those roots keep them grounded and from falling over. At the same time, like a tree, our branches reach up to the sky, and the branches, they give movement. They allow us to sway in the flow of the breeze, of the energy of the universe, and it allows us to connect to that divine energy. It gives us more movement for our connection in that upward way of being. Now, let's talk about grounding really quickly, because I can tell you to get grounded, but wouldn't it be more helpful to understand how you can do that? Well, there's lots of different ways to get grounded, and one of the easiest is just taking a few deep breaths and feeling your feet rooted into the earth. There are some amazing meditations out there that are for the purposes of grounding. As well, you can find ones that are specific to actually creating roots down into the earth to create that stability, that feeling of being stable in the earth. Kind of more of a secure feeling. Meditation is great in general for getting grounded into the earth. You can use that energy to connect down into the energy of the earth and really create that grounded connection for yourself. Chocolate. I know, a little bit of a tease, right? Chocolate is great for getting ourselves grounded again. When I teach, water and chocolate, those are the two things that I like to have on hand for people because they help them. Staying hydrated creates the fluidity within our brain. It creates those neural pathways for us to learn and to take things in. At the same time, that water helps to flush our system, getting rid of all the old thought patterns, all the old things that we no longer need, getting rid of all the toxicity out of our bodies. Water is so important. But then that chocolate helps to ground us down. Food-wise too, think about comfort food. And I'm not talking junk food when I talk comfort food. I'm talking more like a home-cooked meal, oatmeal, soup, things that are warm and delicious, and just when you eat them, you just feel like, I'm home. You feel connected. You feel kind of like you've had this big sigh. Maybe turkey dinner, or maybe your mom makes a great meatloaf, or, whatever feels so like comforting for you. And again, I'm not talking junk food. I'm talking healthy, nutritious food that make us feel, connected and grounded. Now, I know chocolate's not very nutritious, but I'm not telling you to eat an entire chocolate bar. When I bring chocolate to groups, I just bring like little tiny squares of chocolate. You don't need a lot to get grounded. Now, rest will also help you get more grounded. Sometimes when we're really just busy and roaming around and disconnected, taking time for rest will help us just rejuvenate the soul and get us connected again. Another one I really like is a nice hot shower. Not so much a bath when I want to get connected or grounded, more a shower, washing away all the things that no longer serve me, kind of refreshing me and just allowing me to get reconnected again. And the last one I love is just getting outside in nature, whether it is winter, summer, spring, or fall. There is no excuse. I've taken long walks in the rain, without a raincoat, without a rain umbrella, just because I need to get connected and feel that connection to myself and to the earth again. Getting out in the summer sun, putting my feet in the grass, just laying in the grass, hugging a tree, smelling the flowers, just being present in nature, sand on the beach, water between your toes, all of those things can help us get reconnected and regrounded down to Mother Earth again. So getting connected, getting grounded is number one on the list of dealing with those speed up energies. Again, when things are moving fast, we want to feel like we're stable and secure and we're ready to take it on. Even when I teach yoga and we go into a balancing pose, my big thing is get balanced on 2 feet first. We're not trying to fly into this. We're not a superhero. We need to do the things that we need to do to get ready and to get connected to move forward. So get grounded, whatever it takes. Get yourself grounded, because that is primary. That is the first level of things when it comes to that speed up of the energy. Number 2, get present. Now, this is a theme for 2023 in general, and it's something in general for life that is kind of important. But when the energies are sped up again, it is so easy to get caught up in that vibration and to just start barreling forward. And sometimes that energy actually barrels us backwards. When the energy is so fast and it's moving so chaotically around us. And yes, I know it feels chaotic, but sometimes there is purpose behind that. We can, digress and start worrying about the past and the things that we've done and how are we going to get where we're supposed to be since I didn't do this and blah, 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 blah. At the same time, it also can go into that forward piece of I don't know how I'm going to get where I need to be. There's so many pieces of the puzzle to put together. There's so many obstacles in the way and And again, we're just spiraling in the wrong direction. And you've heard me say it a million times, worry, stress, it is a prayer for something that you do not want. And when we're not present, we miss that. We get stuck into the past or the future, and we get lost in the what ifs and the how can, and we get lost in just spiraling out of control. And we don't want to do that. By getting grounded and getting present, it gives us awareness of where we are. We suddenly can take an evaluation of, do I feel grounded? Do I feel connected in this moment? Now, how do I feel? This doesn't resonate anymore, and how do I deal with that? This is out of my control, so what am I going to do to be able to accept it? And this is happening, and if I am really present, I can see the next step to take to move me one step closer. Because I am focused on the path, the journey, the solution, instead of focusing on the problem. Getting presence allows you an awareness to feel yourself in this space, to know where you are and know where you are going. When we get present, we see the signs, symbols, and messages that are there guiding you in the right direction, keeping you in that flow. And this week is going to feel hard to stay in that flow. The mind is going to keep on wanting to take you out, and it's going to be so easy to fall into that trap. But you need to just come back to that place of grounded presence to stay in the flow. The flow is where clarity is found. The flow is where answers happen. The flow is where we learn to accept what is moving forward with an openness and a willingness to trust the universe. When we move into avoidance, again, it's that place of we're creating something that we don't want. We can avoid things for so long, but they are going to continually creep back up. And in 2023, that creep up is going to be big, and it's going to be a slap in the face, and it's not what you want. So how do you step into it? Because that moment of discomfort that it takes to move from A to B is far less than the discomfort that you will feel avoiding the situation. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Are you ready for number 3? Number 3 is important too. These 3 all go hand in hand. And without one, the other isn't as effective. Number 3. Pay attention to where your focus is going. The law of attraction is huge and it's real. And we create every single day through the law of attraction. Whether you know that you are doing it or not, it is happening. And through the law of attraction, we are placing our focus and our energy is following and it is creating. Hence, worry and stress is a prayer for something that we do not want. By focusing on our worries, our stresses, the things we don't want in our life, we are sending our energy towards those things and creating more of it. If something is out of your control and all you can do is obsess about it, you're creating more of it instead of finding acceptance and finding a way to move forward. So instead of focusing on the things you don't want in your life, when the energy is moving at this high speed, let me tell you, it is time to focus on the things you do want in your life. It is time to focus on the dreams that you are creating. Because we want our energy moving towards those things. We want our energy to move towards or in the direction of the things that we truly want in this world. And when manifestation speeds up, it is happening so fast. It is so imperative that you pay attention to where you are putting your focus. When you are grounded, when you are present, when you are stepping into the flow of things, when you trust the universe, it is much easier to see the direction that you need to go. To hold on to that feeling, that awareness, that trust that the path is written. And it is incredible. So what is your mindset right now? Where are you focusing? And even though sometimes we slip up and we focus on the things we don't want, it's easy to reverse it. So make sure you do. Take the steps that you need to move you to where you want to go. Instead of fighting up against the parts that you don't want, fighting up against the parts that you have no control over. Manifestation is simply taking time each and every day to focus on the things that we truly want, putting our energy towards them. Now, bonus if through the rest of the day that you actually continue that flow of energy in the right direction instead of reverting back to stress and worry. But that's how simple it is. It's a daily practice of focusing on where you want to go and the things that you want in your life instead of focusing on the parts that you don't want. So the challenge is right now, how will you take these 3 tips into your life to continue to create the dreams that you've always wanted? What is it that you want to create with this beautiful manifestation energy? And yes, maybe it's not about creating the whole thing in this moment, but this is energy moving you in the right direction. So move with it, flow with it. The energy, as I said, it's speeding up. So jump on board. Take advantage. Now, if you need a little more information about manifesting, don't worry, I've got you covered. If you sign up for my newsletter, you have free access to Mantra and Manifestation, which is my Basics of Manifestation workshop. And of course, if you want to dive a little bit deeper, message me about joining Divine Map membership, as there is a Manifestation Next Level, crystals for manifestation, and so much more about all things mystical and divine. You can learn so much about building your intuition and so much more. There is a library of healing meditations, yoga nidra meditation, card spreads to help you divine your path, and of course workshops to enhance your spiritual skills. As well, I always offer a monthly yoga nidra, and you can join me in person or online, and those are healing and help you to get connected and grounded as well. You can also use those for manifesting your dreams, just saying. There is so much that you can do in creating your own dreams. You really can do anything you put your mind to. So reach out to me if you need some more direction in one of those places to head to get a little more help, or, jump on my website and book an online reading. There is online booking to book in, and you can get a little more personal clarity. See what it is that you need to move out of the way to barrel forward into this beautiful manifestation energy in 2023 and create your dream life. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope those tips are helpful in moving through this energy in this next little while. Thank you so much for being here on my journey and allowing me to be your spiritual tour guide from my heart and soul to yours. Have an incredible rest of your week.